Hello and welcome to Blooming a Better Self. My name is Jennifer Salomon, and as always, I am your host for this mini-series. So we're almost to the finish line. This is the second to last reflection I do. Next week, I will be doing a financial interview. For this reflection, I am actually out sitting in my car and looking at the sunset. I'm going to try to make this one quick and to the point. I was supposed to have a guest, but I changed my mind. Since this is a very personal topic for me, I thought I would do this by myself, alone, out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the sunset is actually quite beautiful. Wait, let me see. No, never mind. I thought I could flip it so you could see, but you can't. So, relationships are a very personal thing, I'm sure, for everyone. They're very icky and tricky, and yeah. I personally haven't had good luck with relationships, and it sucks a little bit because I am the biggest romantic of all time, and I think maybe that has a lot to do with it. Is my expectations of love and romance tend to be up here, high. And I think that automatically puts whoever I'm with at a disadvantage, because when your expectations of love and romance and everything of that nature is up here, then more than likely your partner's already set to fail. So that is something that I've personally had to struggle with, is finding a happy medium between having good expectations of what someone should do for you, because of course you should want someone to have respect for you, be hardworking, be loyal, honest, etc., etc. But that there's also other things, you should find somebody who's more, I don't know what to say. I didn't prepare for this one at all. I'm just winging it on the spot because I wanted it to be more raw. But yeah, relationships are just hard. And personally, especially over the last couple of years, it's been really hard for me to, I don't know, because it's very easy and very easy to develop toxic traits and bring them into a relationship, and then make your partner toxic towards you, and vice versa, and then it's just a constant toxicity. Is that a word? And that's when things begin to be bad. And I think I've dealt with that in the past, is I become toxic and I make my partner toxic, or vice versa, and then it's just not okay. And I also feel like I haven't given myself time to just sit back and think and really take the time to mature and grow as an individual before being in a relationship. And so I think those things also hurt people, especially the people you are with. And it's not fair for anyone. So definitely, before getting in any relationship or being with anyone or anything, people should definitely take the time to know who they are and be okay with themselves and love themselves before jumping into a relationship. And this is also advice for myself, because so based on the interview that I had with Dr. Berkey, I found a lot of information that I really appreciated, such as her talking about the different kinds of love. And when we look at our own personal love language, so my personal love language is words of affirmation and physical touch. And not necessarily in the sexual way. I just mean like I like hugs and cuddling and hand holding and all that yucky stuff. But PDA makes me uncomfortable for some reason, so who knows. But words of affirmation are extremely important to me. I am somebody who needs to be reassured constantly, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's just how I know that someone loves and cares about me, is through words of affirmation. So I think my problem has also been on showing or telling someone what my love language is, because I tend to not have a way with words. As ironic as it sounds, I'm super awkward, and my sentences tend to come out very butchered and awkward and not right sometimes. So communicating, which is ironic, comes kind of hard to me sometimes. When it comes to like presenting and like homework and stuff like that, of course I'm like on top of it, I got it. But when it comes to things that are more personal related and me myself, it's like everything I learned just goes out the window. So this year especially has been super hard for me in so many ways, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've hurt a lot of people, and people have hurt me, and it hasn't been fun. It has not been a fun year for me, and usually, I mean, you know, years are good and bad, and you should always be thankful and grateful, and I've never really had anything to complain for in the past couple of years, but this year was just yikes. It was just a bunch of life lessons, one after another. But I am learning to appreciate them and accept them. And regardless of all the mistakes I have done, I am learning to love myself one day at a time. And it's hard because I tend to just guilt myself about everything. Like, oh man, it's all my fault, everything's my fault, and that's just how I tend to see things, but it's not. It's not 100% my fault, of course. I am human, and I am flawed, and a lot of the things that go wrong in my life are based on my own decisions that I make, and I understand that. I make my decisions, so I have to pay for the consequences. Yes. But I tend to be extremely hard on myself, and I shouldn't. And I am slowly getting there to the point where I don't have to completely hate myself every single day for mistakes that I've done in the past. Because, of course, if you don't make mistakes, then you're never going to learn and you're never going to grow. I've been very vague but very personal at the same time in this segment. So thank you for watching my shows and thank you for being here. Just a couple more tips is if you just take the time to get to know yourself and love yourself and appreciate yourself by yourself, it goes a long way. Versus when you depend on somebody. Somebody just got here. Versus when you depend on somebody. Because depending on somebody else to make you happy is not the way to go. And that's something that I've always done, is depended on somebody else to make me happy rather than me myself make myself happy. So that is something that I'm working on, and finding a schedule and a routine, like we learned in the spiritual development segment, is finding a schedule, a routine that really does help. Journaling. One of my friends told me to journal, and putting your thoughts and words out there really does help a lot. Reading. I love to read, especially things that are going to help me. I love it. And yeah, and things of that nature. So I know that relationships are hard for everybody, but we all have to learn. We're learning, right? We're young, Some aren't so young, some are too young, but we're all learning. And I appreciate each and every one of you that has stayed here and watched all of my videos. And if you have any questions or ever want to talk about things, definitely feel free to talk to me, because even though I'm not very approachable when you see me in person, once you get to know me a little bit on a deeper one-on-one level, I can almost guarantee that I am very, very easy to approach or to talk to. I'm very easy to talk to, just not to approach, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video was okay. It's just pretty much word vomit on this one, but I wanted it to be raw and authentic. And yeah, that's just how I feel about relationships. They're just complicated. But you know what? 2020 is going to be a good year for everyone. There's going to be lots of love, lots of prosperity, lots of healing, lots of all the good stuff. There is. So, with that positive outlook and positive mind, that's how we're going into 2020, okay? If you have been hurt, you're going to find healing. If you are the one that hurt somebody, you will find forgiveness in yourself. Just try to be a better person over the mistakes you've done in the past. That's what I'm trying to do. So if I've ever hurt you, I'm sorry. I really, really am. And if you've ever hurt me, I forgive you. And it's fine. Because we're all human. And we just need to take it one day at a time. As long as we grow, that's all that matters, right? Yeah. Okay, so now with that, I'm going to say goodbye. And I hope to see you on next week for my interview for finances. That one should be good too, because, you know, money's important. And yeah, I just want to thank you all for being with me for this semester. It's helped a lot to see, especially those who relate to some of the things that I'm putting out there. It means a lot. So, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.